everybody, and welcome back to my big, fat, wet, juicy ASMR channel. Today I'm gonna be reading 100 facts, random facts, that I am looking up online. I'm getting them from Reddit. So let's just start, shall we? Okay, number 1. Sharks existed before trees. Sharks have been around for about 400 million years, while trees appeared around 350 million years ago. Number 2. The moon is slowly moving away from Earth. Every year, the moon drifts about 1.5 inches farther from our planet. 3. Since 1866, the betting favorite for president has only lost twice: Hillary Clinton in 2016 versus Trump, and Thomas Dewey. I don't know what that means. Water can boil and freeze at the same time. This phenomenon is called the triple point, which occurs when temperature and pressure reach the exact conditions for the three states of a substance, solid, liquid, and gas to exist simultaneously. Eight. Nepal has its own time zone. This 45-minute offset is quite unusual compared to the standard 1-hour offsets. 9. Until 1997, there were more pigs than people in Denmark. Okay, I don't want to lose track. I'm worried that I might, so if I do, I'm sorry. 11. During the Black Death, incoming ships were forced to wait for 40 days to prevent possible infection. The Italian word for 40, quaranta, is where we get the word quarantine. 12. Leonardo DiCaprio was so uncomfortable using the N-word in Django Unchained that Samuel L. Jackson and Jamie Foxx had to convince him to play the role even more racist than the character was originally portrayed. Okay, that's whack. Like, who cares? And it's also, weird. 13. Surgeons who play video games at least 3 hours a week perform 27% faster and make 37% fewer errors. 14. The random feeling of having insects crawling on you is called formication. Static electricity can attract particulates to the skin. It can also cause body air to move, giving a sensation like insects crawling over the skin. 15. If you fart consistently for 6 years and 9 months, enough gas is produced to create the energy of an atomic bomb. 16. The cracking sound a bullwhip makes when properly wielded is in fact a small sonic boom. The end of the whip, known as the cracker, moves faster than the speed of sound, thus creating a sonic boom. The whip is probably the first human invention to break the sound barrier. 17, I think. If you die in the Netherlands with no next of kin, friend, or acquaintance for the funeral, said funeral will receive a poem read by the poet so nobody dies alone. Dogs can tell time by smell. 18. Dogs can tell time by smell. They can smell different times of the day and how long their owner has been gone by how much their smell has dissipated since they left. 19. Spicy is not a taste, it's a sensation of pain. 20. In GTA 5, if you force Trevor to listen to a radio station he doesn't like too many times, he will get increasingly aggravated and will override you and switch the stations himself. 21. Canadians say sorry so much that a law was passed in 2009 declaring that an apology can't be used as evidence of admission of guilt. I think I'm on 23, but I forget. If a pizza has radius z and height a, then its volume becomes pi times z times z times a. 24. Cows moo with different accents depending on their region. 25. The oldest living shark is 392 years old, which makes him older than the United States. 26. Bicycles are the most efficient machine ever made. 27. Coca-Cola or Coke is the second most recognized English word in the world after okay. 28. Blue whales are so large that a human could swim through its veins. 29. Rolls-Royce uses the leather of 15 to 18 bulls per car, raised in cold climates to prevent marks from insect bites. Cows aren't used because they might have stretch marks from pregnancies. Okay, body shaming. 29. The spiked dog collar was invented by the ancient Greeks to protect their dogs from wolf attacks. 30. The Kenyan Maasai tribe donated 14 cows to America after 9/11. 31. If you folded a piece of paper 42 times, it would be thick enough to reach the moon. 32. The Ice Bucket Challenges in 2014 actually raised $225 million for ALS research. The money helped innovate a discovery about protein, TPD43, which when treated in lab rats extends life substantially. 34. The DNA sequence of Stephen Hawking is stored on a hard disk called the Immortality Drive on board the ISS. He was among the select group of humans to have their DNA immortalized. Guys, I keep losing track, so whatever, it's okay. This is like roughly 100, probably more. 35. Koala fingerprints are so close to humans that they could taint crime scenes. 36. The Olympic rings are the specific colors because either blue, yellow, black, or green, or red, appears on every national flag around the world. Okay, those are like all the colors, so that kind of makes sense. 37. A duck is called a duck because it ducks its head under the water to feed. That's definitely fake. 38. The horror frog is so aggressive it will literally break its own bones, force them through their skin, and use them as claws to attack. And attacks humans too. 39. About 7% of people who ever lived are alive right now. That means for every person alive, there are only 14 dead people. 40. Listening to music uses all of your brain, one of the very few activities that does such a thing. 40. While Tupac was in jail, Jim Carrey wrote him funny letters to cheer him up. Tupac was a huge fan of the actor and often said Carrey was his favorite. 42. Pieces of the same metal become permanently stuck together if they touch in space. 43. In 2008, a man was caught having skipped work for a full decade. He arrived to clock in at 7:30 a.m., went home, then came back and clocked out at 3:30 p.m. More than $500,000 went to waste. They found out that he was running a male brothel during the day and drawing erotic comics. Good for him. 45. Martin Luther King Jr. and Anne Frank would be the same age as Barbara Walters if they were still alive today. We think they all lived in such different times, but they were all born in 1929. 46. Antarctica is classed as a desert because of its limited rainfall. It's also the world's largest desert. 47. The first non-Japanese samurai was a 16th century African slave who won the favor of a regional warlord, Oda Nobunaga. He had arrived with European missionaries with was taken control of by the warlord and trained in martial arts. He was an excellent fighter and treated better by the Japanese. 47. Nike is pronounced Nike, not Nike. If you say otherwise, you are wrong. Okay, that's dumb. 7% of American adults think that chocolate milk comes from brown cows. 49. Children of identical twins are genetically siblings, not cousins. 50. In 2007, the FBI sent an informant to spy on Muslims at a mosque pretending to be one of them, and hopefully lure out terrorists. After making troubling remarks, the mosque members reported to the FBI suspecting he was a terrorist. 51. In 1986, two Russian airline pilots got into an argument over whether one could land the plane without vision. The main pilot pulled the curtains over the windows, insisting he could. Then the plane missed the runway, flipped, and killed 70 of the passengers. Oh my god. 53. The US has lost 6 to 8 nuclear weapons and has no idea where they are. These are called broken arrows. 54. Broccoli is a human invention, bred by Italian farmers over 2,000 years ago. 55. The name spandex is an anagram of the word expanse. 56. An average cloud weighs about 500,000 kilograms. 57. Britain once hacked an Al-Qaeda website and replaced bomb-making instructions with cupcake recipes. 58. The longest bout of hiccups lasted nearly 68 years. Shame he couldn't hold it in for another year. 59. Greenland sharks don't reach sexual maturity until they're 150. 70. A dog's nose print is just as unique as a human fingerprint and can be used to identify them. 71. Back when cars were invented, there were only 2 cars on the road in the entire state of Ohio. They crashed into each other. 72. Greenland lost so much ice in the 20th century that it changed the angle of the Earth's rotation. 73. The chances of you having the same fingerprints as someone else is 1 out of 64 billion, which equates to 0.0000000015625%. Guys, I've totally lost count. I'm so sorry. So these are just guesses. But 74. Ancient Greeks put candles on cakes to pay tribute to the Greek moon goddess Artemis. Round cake symbolizes the moon. Candles were added to represent the reflected moonlight. 75. Frank Sinatra's My Way has been removed from many Filipino karaoke bars as bad renditions of it have led to between 6 and 12 fatal fights since 2000. 76. Humans are mammals that are just 0.01% of all life, but have destroyed 83% of other mammals in the wild. 77. SEAL training includes a heavy focus on precise bed making to instill strong attention to detail in trainees. 78. The only reason indigo was included in the Roy G. Biv rainbow spectrum was because Sir Isaac Newton considered 7 a sacred number and didn't want the rainbow to be unsacred. 78. The New Zealand badminton team were called the Blackcocks. However, the International Badminton Federation found the name hard to swallow and made them change it. 78. The hottest chili pepper in the world, named Dragon's Breath chili pepper, is so hot it could kill you. If you ate one, it could potentially cause a type of anaphylactic shock, burning the airways and closing them up. 79. The full Bible has been translated into over 3,000 languages. Among those include fictional languages like Elvish, Klingon, and Na'vi. I forget what number I'm on again. 80. The actor who played the purple dinosaur Barney from 1991 to 2001, David Joyner, now runs a sex business. I thought he went to jail. Okay. 81. There was an experiment where 3 people who each believed they were Jesus Christ were made roommates at a psychiatric ward. At first, they argued over who was the holiest and even fist fought. Eventually, each patient wrote the other 2 off as being crazy. 85, maybe. There are 17 million flies per person on the globe. That seems fake. 86. If you earned $1 every second, it would take you 2,921 years to have more money than Bill Gates. 88. Several Chinese emperors died from taking an immortality elixir. 89. If you bought 64 trillion potatoes, you would have enough uranium to make an atomic bomb. 90. Hyenas are more closely related to cats than they are to dogs. Okay guys, I don't know how many facts it's been, but I just counted to 90 so far. So 10 more facts. And they're gonna be really good ones. The tallest cactus is about 4 giraffes high. That's number 91. Or that's number 90. 91. There are more apartments in New York City than in all of Canada. 92. There is a village in Russia called Sovkra, where every resident can tightrope walk. It's a tradition that dates back over 100 years, but no one knows how it started. 85. There's an experimental art project in Sweden that will pay you to do nothing for the rest of your life. Deadline to apply is 2025. Sorry, that was 95. 96. A Chew syndrome, or photic sneeze disorder, is the condition where you sneeze every time there's a change in light intensity, like walking outside after being inside. I have that, and it rocks because I love sneezing. 97. In 1977, the average life expectancy in Cambodia was 18.91 years. That's because the Khmer Rouge killed everyone who wore glasses because they meant they knew how to read and therefore was a bad intellectual. I didn't understand that really. That was 96, I think, but let's do 96 again. If you ate nothing but rabbit meat, you would die from protein poisoning. This would be a mixture of too much protein and the absence of fat in the diet. 97. In World War II, Germany tried to collapse the British economy by dropping millions of counterfeit bills over London. 98. A 12-year-old French boy once faked his kidnapping to cut out of going to the dentist. 99. There are over 10 quintillion insects at any given time on Earth. 100. fact number 100 about 100. Charles Darwin's personal pet tortoise didn't die until 2006 at the age of 176. Alright, you guys, thank you so much for watching my big, fat, wet, juicy, stinky, fat, wet, juicy, yummy, wet, dripping ASMR video. I hope you enjoyed these fun facts. I know it probably wasn't 100 because I kept losing track, like literally every number. So next time, I'll collect them all and like list them out ahead of time. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful time on this earth with all of the people that you love and everything that happens ever on this earth, and you know, just the days and the nights and the sleeps and the wakes. Okay guys, bye.